Welcome to The Hypnotist, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. Brought to you by the hypnotherapist demanded by celebrities, CEOs, and even royalty, Adam Cox. These recordings took place live from Adam's clinic in London's world-famous Harley Street. This podcast features powerful hypnosis, so do not listen while driving or operating machinery. This recording is not suitable for those with epilepsy or severe mental health issues. So, get yourself comfortable and enjoy today's episode of The Hypnotist.
Hi, it's Adam here, and in this episode of The Hypnotist, you're going to be listening to a hypnosis session designed to facilitate a really positive feeling. I was working with a client who felt that the energy or the attitude or just behavior of people they worked with, people they knew, were actually starting to affect their states. They wanted to kind of keep themselves in a good place so that they were positive and happy, so that they could do the best in their career, but also be in a good mood, which really makes a big difference. So you're going to hear a metaphor of a force field. Now, a force field in this particular hypnosis session doesn't just have the function to protect, but also as a container almost to kind of keep those positive resources close by. And the key resources that we focus on in this session is joy. So joy, a playful joy, like a happy joy, but also a feeling of love, connection, understanding, and this real feeling of being positive, which is such an important ability to access. If you're in that positive state, you can communicate better, you can interact with other people in an easier way, you can deal with challenges in a more useful way. So that's really what it's designed to do. The second part of the force field was to keep the bad stuff out. And bad in this context, negativity, negative energy, criticism, passive aggression, those kind of things. The colors are the intuitive colors, that came up for the client. So you're going to hear a bit of NLP anchoring, lots of direct suggestion, regression to the point where these resources were at their most intense. Quite a bit going on. If you feel like you would benefit from a customized hypnosis session to get you in the most positive state that you could be, there will be a link to book a free 30-minute consultation call with me in the show notes, but you might find that this session is quite helpful for you. So find a quiet place where you won't be disturbed, relax, and enjoy the session. Take a deep breath in. As you breathe in a resourceful feeling of relaxation. And as you exhale, just allow your eyelids to close. And as they close, that's it, release that outward breath. As you breathe in and breathe out, just allow wonderful feelings of resourcefulness to go in through your nose into your lungs. And as you exhale, give permission for any stress, tension, worries, anything not serving you to leave your body. So as you breathe in and breathe out, you're feeling more and more resourceful, but also that you're becoming, breath by breath, more relaxed. That's it. Notice where you're feeling any tension around your neck or your shoulders, forehead or jaw. And as you breathe in, just allow that tension to melt away. And as it does melt away, notice your breathing becomes more effortless. Eyelids feel heavier. And you can make yourself even more comfortable, slowing down that breathing, enabling you to drift into a lovely feeling of tranquility and relaxation. That's it. As your body relaxes, notice that you're breathing even slower and deeper than you were before. Still breathing in that resourceful feeling of relaxation. And as you exhale, that's it. Just getting a sense of drifting into a part of your mind, imagination, that we can call the subconscious. I want you to think of just how many things you do every day without thinking about them. You breathe in and breathe out, but rarely think about breathing. You blink thousands of times, but rarely do you think about blinking. You can walk from one room to another room and don't have to think about moving one foot in front of the other. As you start to comprehend that perhaps more than 90% of all the choices, thoughts and actions every single day are being run by your subconscious mind. And I wonder what would happen if we can harness the potential of that subconscious mind to give you more of those wonderful feelings you like and less of those feelings you don't. To have a future of more joy, love, understanding, that playfulness that makes life enjoyable, while also being protected from too much stress and worry, too much negativity or toxicity from people that are operating at a different frequency. I want you to create an image in your mind of a tuning fork, a piece of metal that is set to a certain frequency. And if you bang a tuning fork on a table, the vibration of that frequency creates a sound linked to the frequency of that tuning fork. But what's interesting, although only the tuning fork was hit against the table to create that vibration, anything near to the tuning fork at the same frequency will also start to vibrate. And I want you to accept the suggestion that the more we can tap into your vibration of positivity, joy, and love, the more that you will find that connection with other people vibrating at the same frequency, creating even quicker connections, magnetizing and manifesting more of those people that operate at the same frequency that you do, protecting you from those unwanted emotions, but keeping the wonderful emotions in. So we're going to build a force field of positivity to keep all those wonderful resources and emotions in. So I want you to think of a time, maybe a time where you are enjoying a wonderful meal, a time when you felt a wonderful sense of joy. You were smiling without making yourself smile. You were radiating joy from your eyes. You felt joy in your heart. And I want you to imagine going back to that point in time and feel like you're reliving that moment. And when you feel you're back in that body, feeling what it feels like to experience that joy, let me know by nodding your head. want you to notice where joy springs from. You might feel it in every cell in your body. But even the largest rivers came from an original spring. And maybe it's your heart, or maybe it's your gut or your head, but there will be a location where that joy springs from. And I want you to imagine a glowing yellow, almost a river of gold flowing from that spring of joy. And I want you to imagine that you are surrounded by a semi-transparent pink reflective bubble. And as you tap into this wonderful feeling of joy, I want you to imagine that you are filling yourself up with that joy, and then it expands beyond you, filling this force field of positivity all up with this wonderful feeling of joy, that you have more than enough joy for you, so it spreads outwards right up to the border of your positive force field. And maybe you can remember a time when you were in a helicopter. You were smiling, it was a good moment. And maybe it was the people you were with, or the experience, or the views. But I want you to connect into that wonderful feeling of joy, and again, feel it springing from that source of origin, filling up your body, but then going beyond that, filling up this wonderful force field of positivity, that nobody could make you feel bad in this moment because you feel joyful and playful. And notice that when you're in this mood, easy for you to engage in really strong conversation. You can be fun and witty without trying. It's easy for you to notice everything that's good when you're in this wonderful state of joy. And I want you to connect with that original source of joy and just put your hand on that location where joy comes from. And whenever you make this moment feeling that pressure on that location, I want you to feel that you are connecting with the idea that joy comes from within you. It's not dependent on variables and circumstances outside, that you can create this feeling just by putting your hand there in that location and imagining that river of yellow and gold flowing from that all the way around you. That's it, and you can relax your arm now. And then I want you to remember a time where you felt love, a protective form of love, almost like there were angels protecting you, keeping you safe. I want you to remember that time, feeling how loved and safe you felt. And when you're back in that moment, feeling loved and safe, let me know by nodding your head. I want you to imagine a color that represents that love and safety. And again, notice where it's coming from. Maybe it's coming from within. Or maybe you feel like you're absorbing this from outside. Like this energy, this force, these angels are giving you this safety, giving you this love. I want you to still imagine you're protected by this force field. And the color that represents this love and safety is filling you and the force field. Now a fusion of this golden yellow light, but also perhaps a new color, maybe light green, that it's all blending together, this cocktail of wonderful feelings, perhaps of joy and playfulness and love and safety. And feel how good it feels to feel protected, to feel safe, to feel playful, to feel that you are connected to the source of joy. I want you to imagine embracing this feeling that here in this force field, you are safe, enabling you to be the most authentic version of you that exists. You don't need to pretend to be someone you're not. You take full acceptance and responsibility for every part of you. You love yourself unconditionally, and you're able to be that playful, joyful, happy, loving version of you. And if you feel like you're connecting with these emotions, let me know by nodding your head. All protected in this bubble that is transparent from the inside. You can see the outside world, but it's almost like it's got reflective mirrors on the outside. That if anyone on the outside tried to make you feel bad, that would just reflect back on them, but keep you in this wonderful feeling. You feel safe, you feel protected, you feel loved, you feel joyful and playful. And then I want you to think of a time that you were intuitively understanding. You didn't know how or why you were understanding, but you were understanding. You picked up on things that weren't said, and somehow you just understood, you knew. Almost like you had this psychic ability to read the energy of someone. And when you can recall a moment like that where you really felt that intuitive understanding, let me know by nodding your head. And I want you to scan particularly your head for where you feel this intuitive understanding. And just place maybe 2 or 3 fingers on that location of where you felt that ability to intuitively understand. And I want you to imagine a blue color emitting from that location. Notice the intensity of that blue, the vibrancy of that blue, the richness of that blue. And that's it, relax your arm. And as you do so, feel deeper relaxed. But connecting with that intuitive, empathic ability where you're reading the body language, the facial expressions, the words that are said, but also the words that aren't said. You're able to understand not just what people want, but where they're coming from, who they are, building rapport like never before, establishing a feeling of trust and understanding. And I want you to get a sense that this intense blue is also filling this force field of positivity, giving you this wonderful ability to feel joyful, playful, safe, protected, but also intuitively understanding that you can get what someone's intentions are, motives are, but also what their needs are. I want you to imagine you're just there in this force field, in a wonderful place, feeling good for no reason at all, as you open your mind to the idea that you effortlessly radiate joy, love, and understanding from within. I want you to accept that your heart is filled with love and compassion that helps to create this powerful force field of positive energy around you. That simply by breathing in and breathing out, every breath you take fills you with pure joy, uplifting your spirit and protecting you from negativity. That you attract positive experiences and repel negative energy. That negative energy is just reflected away, creating a shield of protection around you. And you already know that your force field filters out all negative influences allowing only love and positivity to enter your space. Anything else is reflected away. This combination of colors and the energy that you radiate means that you're surrounded by a vibrant aura of light that repels negativity and shields you from emotionally draining situations. Your understanding and empathy create a magnetic force that draws the right kind of people towards you. You've been told this before, of course, but you are a beacon of positivity, effortlessly deflecting any negativity that comes your way. And I want you to imagine that in this safe, protective force field, you are in front of someone that maybe in the past has changed your emotions, and not in a good way. Only this time I want you to connect with this feeling of being protected by your force field, accepting that your force field acts as a barrier, safeguarding your emotional well-being and preserving your inner peace and joy. And I want you to see this person try their hardest to try and change your mood. But the nature of the force field is the more they try and change your mood, the thicker your force field becomes, the more it reflects back on them, keeping that joy and playfulness, that love and that protection all safely within the force field. If any negative energy was to manage to find its way into the force field, know that you have the ability to release that negative energy whenever you choose, having the ability to transform it into love and understanding. You are already intuitive, but I want you to accept that your force field amplifies your intuition, guiding you to make choices that align with your highest frequency, the energy in which you are at your best. You may not get on with everyone, but you still understand people. You radiate unconditional love, dissolving any negativity, but also having clear boundaries to protect you, and that force field is one of your boundaries. But your time is your boundary. Your proximity is your boundary. You will choose to focus on you and to spend time with those people that operate on your same frequency. Your force field will protect you against negative people and negative situations, meaning you can be in situations with people that you wouldn't normally choose to and still be kept safe. Your force field strengthens and expands with each positive thought, emotion, and action that you embrace. And you trust in the power of your force field to keep you safe, allowing you to fully embrace a life filled with joy, love, and understanding. And I want you to use the power of your imagination to think of another person that represents negativity, that you can be in the same room, you can be in the same proximity, vicinity of them and still remain safe. Even if they're using manipulation or deception or dirty tricks to try and provoke a reaction. Because you have that intuitive understanding of what they're doing, you almost feel pity or sympathy for what they're doing, knowing that the force field will reflect back any negative energy on them and that you are kept safe. And if your unconscious mind has integrated and accepted these powerful suggestions, so you get to remain the best version of you and to protect yourself from negative people and situations, just let me know by nodding your head. And I want you to think of a moment in the future that could happen. And that could be a work relationship, a personal relationship, or even just a random stranger that in the past would have bothered you. I want you to think of that future moment, only this time. Think of yourself being protected by your force field of positivity. That you feel safe, you feel protected, you feel joyful and playful. And no matter how much they try to affect your mood, it just makes you even more playful, joyful, happy and safe. It's almost like it's a superpower. And because so few people have this ability, it then becomes a superpower, helping you to smile more, be happier, earn more, and enjoy life more. And if you feel you're better prepared now to deal with difficult future events because you're able to access these wonderful resources and protect you from negativity, let me know by nodding your head. That's it. And when your unconscious mind is ready, I want you to return to the present. And when you return to the present, then take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. When everything is integrated, just wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, get a sense that you're fully back in this moment listening to my voice. And very soon I will count from 1 to 10 to awaken you. You will awaken feeling positive, filled with joy, feeling optimistic about the future, and feeling that you can activate your force field simply by placing on your hand on the wellspring of joy, instantly creating this force field whenever you need it most, starting to count to awaken you. 1, 2, 3, waking up. 4, 5, 6, more alert. 7, 8, open your eyes, open your eyes. 9, 10, wide awake, wide awake, wide awake.
Thank you for listening to The Hypnotist with Adam Cox, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. To automatically receive the latest episodes, please subscribe. If you'd like to support the show, please share this episode with just one friend you think it could help. And if this episode helped you, please leave us a 5-star review.